So these are the basic original colours. Obviously you need a big dollop of lead white. This is green earth, which is a very, very pale pigment, but it's quite useful for muddy tones particularly. And then we've got another glass slab up here from which we can... So what I'll tend to do is mix particular colours. So we've got this painting here. Bless you. Okay, so these are some small studies that I did originally, just to kind of get a feel for the paintings and just really kind of have a good look at them. And then from a little reproduction here, so I took this along to the National Gallery, and while sitting in front of the paintings, just denoted little different areas and gave it a number. So we've got, for instance, the mountains in the background here. I've put number 17. So then I go to my colour samples up here and find number 17. And then it says, it's got a little colour sample, and it says vermilion and lead white and cobalt blue. So I know to find this colour I need to mix up those. I mean, it's still, you know, to some degree, the different proportions is something you sort of, you know, you just have to kind of get a feel for. But I've got the colour there to try and match. So, can you see that? Okay, so, where's my palette knife? There it is. Okay, so we get a little bit of lead white, and sorry. Okay, a little bit of lead white, a little bit of vermilion. So vermilion's really potent, so we don't need very much. And a little bit of cobalt blue. This has gone a little bit dry. Okay, so with the palette knife, we can start to try to mix up some of those colours. So I'll start with a bit of lead white, and then into that just a fraction of vermilion, which goes quite a long way, and you get that nice flesh tone. And then into that, just another fraction of cobalt. Okay, and we're starting to get something close to our colour sample, which we can keep referring back to. So it's a little bit pale at the moment, a little bit more red, a little bit more blue. Okay, so we've got one colour there, and then from that we might put that in a little pile, and then we might make a little variation of that, so we might make a slightly paler version as well. So, I mean, typically the beginning of the day or beginning of starting a new painting is quite a sort of laborious, quite painstaking and quite fussy sort of stage of setting up and mixing it. And the more that you can do before actually beginning painting, the freer you are when you actually go into the painting, and
because you don't have to stop.
Because you don't have to stop, yeah, exactly. And so the more prepared and organised you can be,